What's up, everybody? Keith Mitchell here from the Outerhaven, and I really don't understand what Nintendo's logic was when they announced that they were discontinuing the Nintendo Entertainment Classic Edition, because we all know that this thing has been super hard to find in stores. I was able to get one back in December, which I sold to a friend because he's more of a Nintendo fan than I am, and honestly, I use a RetroPie gaming configuration that's set up to do all my emulation, not just Nintendo, but Super Nintendo and other sorts of games. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about what I believe is a bonehead decision by Nintendo to basically kill off something which was a guaranteed moneymaker. The NES Classic wasn't the best gaming system out there. Obviously, it was 8-bit retro collectible for people who love Nintendo games from back in the day. And it really didn't have that big of a collection of games that most people wanted. Like, it didn't have all the games that I wanted. I thought it was a nice idea, but, you know, it was fairly limited in its capacity. That is, until the hackers got a hold of it and started doing things that Nintendo simply did not intend for the little console. That said, I really don't understand why Nintendo went ahead and killed it. I mean, originally they said they were going to kill it in North America. They would stop manufacturing it and we get rid of the rest of the shipment, and that was it. And then a couple of days later, it looks like they followed suit in other countries, so it finally came out that this thing was discontinued worldwide. Now, again, that's a really serious decision because that thing made you money. Not to mention, originally when you advertised that they were going to have this in stores and everybody wanted to get one, obviously they couldn't because there were scalpers that bought them all. I remember the first day I went to go get one and went to Target, and this guy in line brought all of them in one swoop. And it was like, wait, how is that fair? You got a line of 30 people out here and you're selling this thing and you let one person buy all the stock? I mean, different places obviously didn't care about what they did. As long as they sold it, they sold it. There were a few places that had a restriction, one per person, but I know I've seen a couple people come back in line over and over because, you know, people are shady like that at times, you know, and it comes to the almighty dollar and putting things on eBay, the people will do it. So there was an article that Polygon put up a couple days ago, or I actually think it was yesterday, stating that ever since Nintendo killed production on the system, that the profits and the number of NES Classics on eBay have been going up, rocketing sky high, and we figured that was going to happen. I said that was going to happen the second Nintendo said they were going to discontinue in North America, and here we go. But what doesn't make any sense to me is I'm looking at another article from Forbes who says that Nintendo killing off the console was a great idea, and they're stating that they agree with Nintendo, that they stated that Nintendo only meant for this to be a limited run console. Well, that's fine and dandy if Nintendo had came out and stated from the very get-go that this was not a thing they were going to keep going, that it was definitely limited. If you came out and told people this, it would have been a different scenario. But that's not what they said. They waited to the last minute and then said, oh, yeah, we just simply meant for this to be limited edition run and that we weren't going to keep selling this. So sorry if you couldn't get one. And that's exactly what it is. Sorry for people who really wanted one. People that are actually collectors and fans of Nintendo and simply could not get one. I think it's a bad move for Nintendo to do this simply because they want to push the retro games on the Switch. And nobody can tell me otherwise if that's not Nintendo's plan, because we all know that's exactly what's going to happen. They tried this crap with the Wii. They tried this crap with the Wii U with Virtual Console, and they're going to do the same darn thing with the Nintendo Switch. Then the NES Classic, to me, was a stopgap to get people interested in retro gaming again. Nintendo retro gaming, they come in with the Switch and say, oh, hey, by the way, those games you wanted, they're here on the Switch. Pay for them. And oh, by the way, we're killing off the NES Classic. I mean, it's typical business 101, and sadly, it's the way Nintendo's been running their practice for years upon years. And even though I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan anymore, I still don't like the way how they're treating consumers. I mean, I picked up the Switch. I thought it was a great system until I started running into issues and started seeing things about Bengate 2.0 and the scratch screens and the system just dying on you and the gray screen and all that fun stuff. That's another podcast for another time. I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm just right now just talking about my disbelief in Nintendo for what they've done with the NES Classic and the fact that people that really want one are going to have to fight even harder to get them, if they can get them. Because once that eBay stock is gone, guys, unless people want to go in their closets or their back rooms or off the shelf and sell their NES Classics, you're never going to get this again unless Nintendo comes back and does a limited run. But who knows? They may do it in the future. They may surprise us and give us an SNES Classic or something. We never know. But yeah, this is it, guys. This is the end of my discussion. I just had to get that off my chest. I've been fuming to that for a couple of days, and I had to talk about it. So, do you agree about what I talked about here, or do you think I'm just, you know, overreaching myself and think that Nintendo made a good idea by just killing it? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you like the content I produce and the Outerhaven produces, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to us, and we'll be back with next time with another podcast or another video or review or something cool that you may like. All right, see ya.